Yo, hello, a good late afternoon, 5:40 p.m. Pacific. Welcome to day 24 of Virtue's Last Reward. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for listening. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. All right. We are officially 24 days into this game. God damn, that's a lot of streams. A lot of short streams, but 24 actual days of streaming this game is the equivalent of me not missing any streams and streaming the game for approximately a month. Close to a month and a half. Can you just beat this game, dude? I'm trying. Can you just beat this game? Gosh. What is taking you so long? What is wrong with you? Don't. Just skip everything. Don't even pay attention to it. Just beat the game right now. Just beat the damn game now. Hello, Kiyu and Robbie. I'm trying to beat it. You don't think I want to beat the game? You think I want to play this forever? You think this is, you think I want this to be an actual zero escape where I don't ever escape? You think I want to be here forever because there is zero escape? No, I want to change that. I want it to be very delayed, super slow escape, not zero escape. I'm literally screaming at my PC right now. That's what I do. I scream at my PC before I start the stream. I get all of that energy out beforehand. Yo, Janza with the host. Drool is flying everywhere. I gotta wear a mask. Thank you, Kiyu, Janzer. Welcome. The number 9 door is gonna close on your ass. Dude, it would have closed a long time ago. I mean, considering it closes in 9 seconds, I'm gonna die of old age. Everyone in the game is gonna die of old age. I heard scream. We doing it though. We doing it. Even though we have been playing this for 57 years, we're doing it. Let's do it. Believe we can do this. All right. The last thing we did yesterday is we finished the dice puzzle. I believe we already got the SD card. Okay, so we need to put that in the machine. This blue card, huh? Well, let's see if anything happens when I put it into the blue slot. Would you look at that? Looks like you turned it on. You a time traveler game ain't 57 years old. 57 years, exactly. 57 years, but we time traveled. Oh my goodness, what is this? Us, A and B, US, A and B are all pairs consisting of 2 people. C, D, and E are solos consisting of a single person. First, move the pairs A and B to the blank areas on the left under pair. Next, move the solos C, D, and E to the blank areas on the left over solo. You can move them by sliding the letter icons. A pair in a solo line vertically with verses between them will face off against one another. In the AB game, you can still move icons even after you've placed them. Once an opponent has been selected, the game will begin. Choose the vote for the us pair, either ally or betray. The results of your match will be displayed, along with the results from the other teams. If the correct number of people reach the target BP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. If the correct number of people reach the target BP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. Solo? C, D, and E is solo? Hold on. That was like a paper we got yesterday. 3 people will definitely choose ally. 3 people will definitely choose betray. One is a mysterious mirror man. He will always do whatever his opponent does. First answer: strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. Second answer: you must be the only ones to surpass 9. Whatever. Okay. D has 1. I think he needs to betray. I'll try. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. Okay, right now we're just kind of messing with it, seeing if there's some sort of a pattern. I've never seen anyone use that backwards. It's funny. It's not reversible. EPYH. How many people need to get out? Isn't it everybody? Alright, D should play against A, I think. Let's have the high numbers play against the low numbers. So B versus E. So what if I do this? This is not that easy. 3 people will definitely choose ally. 3 people will definitely choose betray. One is a mysterious mirror man. He will always do whatever his opponent does. So I guess we gotta figure out who the mirror man is. He will always do whatever his opponent does. Okay, let's see who that is. Might be C. Yeah. So is A always hitting betray? Well, let me pay attention to A this time. Looks like A and E is always hitting betray. Oops. Okay, so A and E always hits betray. C always does the mirror effect. So A and E equals betray. C equals mirror. And then A, E, C, D and B. I guess D and B is always hitting ally. Let's just put that for now. B and D equals ally. So based on this, we have to make it so everyone is 9. We have three chances, which means the minimum would be 6, 7, 8, 9. Or what is the goal? Strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. We must be the only ones to surpass 9. We must be the only ones to surpass 9. Alright, so what was it again? A and E is always betray, so let's put them together. Actually, no. If they're together, they'll stay at 3. Okay, so these are the two. You only need 6? Is that what it... Did it say that? We only need 6? E and D is ally. C will always do the opposite. So if I put C here, C will betray because I think... Actually, let me look again. These buttons are the only thing... Is like the only thing I don't understand. Us means... Wait, so we're answering for us, right? Okay. So if we hit ally, C is gonna hit betray. Oh no. Actually, let's do that again. So we need to give A and E some points. The only thing is if we... If we give them B and D, the 7s will lose 2 each, it'll be 5, and then the rest will be 6. We don't what? Oh shit. Okay. Ha, got it. I knew what we were doing. Way to go. Good work. Hey, look, the screen changed color. So would this be, could this be, should this be? I knew it. That looks like a password to the safe. We did it. This should get us into that safe. Alright, so... So in order to get the other code, I'm assuming we gotta get the second answer. Strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. We must be the only ones to surpass 9. We must be the only ones to surpass 9. So we as an us. So everyone else has to be below 9 and we have to be above. We can make that happen. Alright, think McFly. A and E is always betray, right? B and D is always ally, so let's put B here. Oh wait, not B, E. Oh wait, not, wait. I meant D. How do I remove this? Oh, that works. Alright, so D always ally, so I just gotta hit betray. E always betrays, so I think if we pair up A and E again, they won't get any points. B and C, they'll always hit ally, but I don't think 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, 2, 7, 8, 9. So let's try. D, A, E, B, C, right? Okay, so we have to prevent C and B from getting to 9, so let me see. C is mirrored. Hold on 1 second. So C has to be paired with the betray, which would be us. Yo, what up, Death Quan? Alright. And then A betrays an allied one, so D I think this should work.
Huh. Will's advice worked.
Yes! Woo, we did it! Yo, Deathpawn, thank you for the host. Damn, initially when we first saw that puzzle, like 10 minutes ago, I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be difficult. But I guess after we like iron out all the kinks and figure things out, actually it was pretty easy. Thank you, Death Quan. Darwin Project. I remember they like shut down and then they brought it back or something. Although I never played it. Nice one. Looks like that was the answer. Oh, there are different symbols now in different places. Why are they acting like this is new to them? We did it! It's GTFO. GTFO. Moon, star. Seems like we've been seen in the other rooms. That means you're probably open it the same way too. We just need to plug in the password, right? Yeah, why don't you give it a shot? Moon, star. Woo! Good job. You opened it. Well done. Oh shit, Exelavir. Okay then, let's see what's in here. First off, different symbols, those are all suns. They were all suns, but I think he said it as if he was comparing it to the first set of symbols, which is why I was confused because they've seen those, like they've seen that before. So I know we're talking like it's the first time. I don't think they ever shut down, but they recently just revamped it and brought it to PS4. Yeah, I was about to say that too, is that I don't remember it ever being on console, and I know you're a console player. Those were all the same symbols. Yeah, I don't know. 2-star key cards. We can use these to play the AB game as many times as we want. Hold on. Those keys are important, but look at this. Whoa. Achievement unlocked, a consummate collection. Excelavir. The Radical 6 cure. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark is going to be okay. Is he crying? He is crying. Old men can cry too. Speaking about console player, I'm now a console. Oh, nice, dude. Yo. Add me, dude. Add me, bro. That's awesome. Congrats. When'd you get a PC? We need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, you're right. This key should do the trick. Alright. Let's get moving. Close it. So sun. Oh! Yes, it's open. Achievement unlocked. Redacted. Oh. I've heard that word a lot recently. I won't elaborate though. Here comes the suns. I got it today. That Darwin Project stream was just me making sure I could stream off my PC. Nice, man. If I see you on, man, I'll make sure. So what? Do you have any PC games yet? Like, what is your first PC game gonna be? I know you played Darwin Project. Like, did you buy any PC games? Yo, this could be it right here, guys. This might be it. We might actually finish today. But from experience, I want to say that the ending sequence is going to be pretty long. But we shall see. The door's locked. It says lock. You guys ready? All set here. Go for it. All right. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Stop that. Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna celebrate. You found it! Achievement unlocked! Escapist! A doctor of escapology.
Huh. It opened.
Oh my god. Portal 3.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
I just shot a PC back in the day, so I still have some on Steam, but now... Oh, okay. So you played PC before. Gotcha. You bought Sea of Thieves and Rust. Nice. I haven't played Sea of Thieves. I've seen other people play it, but I do have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which has Sea of Thieves on there. So I might play it one day. Rust, I've never played, only because I know kind of how the... It's like I haven't really had a chance to really play that type of game just because I've been busy with streaming and stuff. But I know that being solo in that game is not ideal. Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
Gonna have to build my collection up. Yeah, man. We should play games, dude. You didn't hear it? It came from over there. It sounds like something turning on. See, I told you. This screen wasn't on before. Yo, Jans, thank you for the retweet.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
They bullied me in Rust. Yeah, Rust, the community isn't super friendly.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Spying on me? No, I just have my Twitter open on my other monitor. So I like the way Twitter was before until they updated it. But the one good thing that the new Twitter does is that the notifications are in real time, like it auto refreshes. So even if I don't click on anything, I can still see it's updating. So I can give you like an actual shout out.
Yeah, but what?
That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. Memento mori. Remember death. If the ninth lion ate the sun. Oh, of course. This was the real ninth lion, but if that was the case... I don't know, I was supposed to click. Remember death. Memento mori. What ending were those images from? Do I remember? Not really. I wasn't really paying attention. I mean, I did pay attention, but I didn't really think about that. While you guys, PC was living a good life on Twitch, mobile has such a huge delay compared to PC. Yeah. Yeah. On there's like very little delay on PC. It's like maybe a second. The game tends to flash images from the relevant timeline. I don't know. This part I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm assuming this is the same as the PC in the other timeline, right? The one... I forgot whose it was. Was it Luna's? Luna's ending? Thing is, I'm like drawing a blank right now. One of the passes were from Dio's ending. New ID and password it's new. So it's not the one for the computer. There's a little something more about the bomb. No, bomb. New? What ending haven't you used any information from to progress? I'd have to look at the flowchart. Damn, I couldn't figure it out. What was the ID I needed? What was the password? Did I know them? Had I seen them before in another history? Perhaps it has something to do with that card. The only thing, the first thing that pops into my head right now is in the intro, there's an ID and pass, but I don't think that's it. I don't know why I get like Metal Gear vibes from that, because I remember in Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation, there was like a code on the back of the case. So I thought maybe it's like what was it, like a fourth wall dimension type thing. It has something to do with that card. If I had found an ID card on the old woman's body, and if I recalled correctly, it said something about a password. What the password was, though, I couldn't recall. If the card was a key, though, I need to put in the woman's name for the ID. So Akane? Remember, Sigma, you need to remember what was the old woman's name, what was written on the back of the card. All right. We're going to go look for her card. It kind of sucks how it just like to be continued. It doesn't just let me go to the flow chart. Yeah, I mean, he knows, he just doesn't remember. But obviously we can go back and see that. So it's not that much of a big deal. All right. So where was that discussed? I think it was back here. I remember there was an ending where they're like, let's go search that woman's body some more. It was fairly recently too. If you find the two-headed lion. Who had that idea to go search the lady's body again? I want to say it was Phi, but I don't know for sure. Where's the ending where we were stuck? Was it Quarks? Oh, okay. Thank you, Robbie. See, I remember. I just don't remember which timeline it was. Kirishiki.
Looks like an ID. Since it's got her picture on it,
Kirishiki. Let's just write it down. Actually, let's just type it in the chat. Kirishiki.
Nope, you?
I have. Jumpy doll! Jumpy doll! Alright, jumpy doll. See, I remember we tried to use this code in the computer.
Well, actually it says pass equals
Alright,
Jumpy
let's
doll.
go.
So I'm guessing Jumpy doll
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
password of some sort.
I know, it is ironic. We tried to use well, at least the jumpy doll in the other computer. Whoa. Freaking Alright, so Kirishiki. Jumpy doll. Whoa! First try. Here we go.
Sigma,
Uh-oh.
look!
Oh God, Eeyore. Look at his face. He has to take a poop.
Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki.
Remember. Our guess is that Tenmyoji is Junpei. Alright? The old lady is Akane. Right? He, contrary to what we said before, he's not actually a third wheel. He's actually Junpei. And there were some other guesses. Oh, we said the other dude, the dude who is supposedly Zero is Santa. Not Santa. Freaking Clover's brother. The dude whose name I always forget, that's blind. Snake, thank you. Alright, those are the three guesses.
I've been looking for her for a very long time.
Right? And the reason being he had white hair, he wore like pirate clothing just like Snake, and that's it. I think there was like an arm. I think something related to his arm, just like his whole getup and just the way that he looked. He walked toward her, slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Whoa! You can't do that. You gotta take him on a date first. Tenmyoji squeezed his eyes shut. No, he's trying to imagine it. Okay, Tenmyoji, you freaking pervert.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you.
Junpei. Junpei.
Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here.
No, she's not real. I like to imagine he went to feel her heart. No, some people take offense to that too. It's like, hey, nice to meet you. I want to feel your heart. Obviously, that's not what you mean, but I get what you're saying.
Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand.
It was like, why'd you go out with Junpei? I liked you for so long.
Now, where to begin?
Damn, what happened to you, Akane? Yo, Ingvaz! I mean, it looked like he tried to cop a feel. Yeah, that's what I meant too, but in a more subtle way.
You probably have a great many questions.
Let's just expand our minds. It's just bad art. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to Tenmyoji, even though he has like the world record hentai collection.
What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki?
Who does number 2 work for?
But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple.
I really hope you beat it tonight, man. It's been a journey. It has been a journey. I have become one with this game. I was really carrying out the legacy of potentially Zero Escape because I feel like I was never gonna leave. Not that that's bad, but you know, we got a lot of, you know, we got. There's a lot of games. I like this game though. I mean, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have continuously played it for like over a month. You know, I mean, I have like, I wouldn't say given up, but kind of moved on from other games before.
Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project.
But I mean, besides our guesses on what is going on and like who is who, you know, the biggest question of them all is how and who and why is everyone involved?
I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you are all needed in order to execute our plan.
I mean, has he tried to do that to anyone here compared to like Sigma? That's true. Sigma, I don't know what's up with. I think I want to believe that it was intentional, that over time it felt like Sigma got more and more kind of like I don't know, maybe he's been in the warehouses for too long, man, and he was just like fiending for it or something. Like he became very more like apparent or true. I don't know, I'm trying to be subtle here. Swimsuit man. There's no escape, man. At the end, there's just a loaded gun. No.
The Nonary game was necessary for the same reason.
Horn dog. Pervert. I would have gone with pervert.
Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
That we understand. To transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past, those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi. What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tenmyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is?
What it's a portal room. It's a psycho room.
I assume you saw the Q on the door.
Q stands for quark.
It stands for quantum.
I was so close.
That makes this the quantum room.
It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room.
It's the too bright room. It is very bright.
Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior, as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box. Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else.
I mean, I'm not really surprised. I've been looking, into AI and, how automation is changing the world. And, so, it's not that surprising.
But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box. Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, nonverbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section.
You can see the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section.
In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory. Oh, telekinesis.
Then Myoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski spacetime. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2 volume of space. Connect three-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a four-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time.
So, like, imagine you are these people, right? And you walk into this room and this hologram comes on and starts feeding you all this information that you've never heard about before. And I'm assuming there's no pause button. How are you supposed to process all of this? And these visuals too, I'm assuming they don't see any of this. So just like imagine standing in this bright ass room with some like old lady hologram being like, connect three-dimensional objects to one another and you formed a four-dimensional object which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It's like, how do you process that?
It is on that fourth dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project.
Okay, so this project was to determine that theory of could you transport your consciousness through a timeline, either forward or back, and retain information.
The A represents after, and the B represents before. It probably sounds silly to you.
OG music?
A ridiculous story made up by a bad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma?
Howdy Dobie. You sent me back. I know it. You're my mom. I mean, no, I'm a robot. Actually, no, I'm the son. Oh, yeah. One of the other guesses was that this version of Sigma that we are playing is actually a robot. And K is the real Sigma. K is the real Sigma. And then our version was sent back in time to be able to participate in the Nonary game or whatever. And I'm gonna assume, actually at this point everything is now completely like guesses, is that I don't know, the only thing I could think of is that Sigma, he did it himself because he wanted to try and save maybe his mom and dad, or like not really his mom, but the woman he respected and kind of raised him.
And what about you, Phi? I know you have too.
We confirmed we weren't a robot though. I mean, did we really? I mean, yeah, we have robotic parts, but I mean, we could be some advanced robot or something that still benefits from the human element. I don't know, like an android.
Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago.
Half a century?
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life.
Wait a second.
It was a long time ago, but
Yo, what's half a century again? Like, is that 50 years? Right?
perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, 50 years. 50 freaking years? Holy crap.
Yeah, of course I do. How can I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly it felt like Phi and I were outsiders trespassing on something we had no right to see. He wanted to bang the hologram, and we couldn't leave. Tenmyoji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate.
I ain't gonna kill a cat.
Goodbye.
You crazy. I love cats.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji. I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait. Akane! Akane!
It's a hologram, dude. Calm down. And then she was gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Phi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Exelavir that I'd found in the Q room. She quickly prepared it and injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing or just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. What if like Dio is Quark from the future or some crap like that? I could see tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. Suddenly I remembered Dio. Where had he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Phi to see she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, Phi, K, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, and Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, K would represent their team by default. Which left me Phi and Tenmyoji. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
We're at 4. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So it's saying if we ally 3 times, what would happen?
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. Watching him betray. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
Watch, there's like some big twist.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Like, I'll be honest. In the first game, 999, I really enjoyed the like big twist at the end with June and like Junpei and the whole idea behind what was going on. And I was kind of out there, but if you really think about it logically, like it made sense, and it was actually really interesting. So I'm hoping for some crazy twists, but we'll see.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay. Let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on.
What's up?
I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
Oh, yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma Phi. You will decide its fate.
The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? This game was all a dream. It was 60 hours of nothingness. What? A new destination has been added to the flowchart. What? Oh, it's like up top. Dude, you know what that means? In actuality, this is the whole game right here. Okay, this is the true game. Okay, all this never happened. All right. Oh wait, no. Wait, this is where actually we started. Oh, so this is actually all new. Okay, I just thought I like bumped it up and then put 2 question marks, but nope. Uh-oh. I don't know who this is. All right, here we go. Is this like before we got shot in the dick? Huh. Arg. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? We gotta play the whole game over again. Looks like an elevator, but...
No. This is one of the AB rooms.
God, who the hell are you? And what the hell is an AB room? Hold on. Was I supposed to click this one? Okay, just checking.
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. Dio. I remember your Fi. She grinned. What is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours, 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right...
Yeah, Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
We gotta save her! To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here
Don't need to
fast.
tell me twice. Let's go.
Do I gotta do a puzzle again? Oh no. Oh no. Is it the same? We know the safe password. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Star, star, moon. You need to remember the password for the save. We figured it out last time. Wait, star, star, what? Moon? Woo! There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker? Ah, damn, I meant key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it. Yo, what if we actually do all the puzzles here? What if we open it again? Sun, star, star. We've got the key already. There's no point in opening the safe anymore. Aww. Aww. Alright, let's just put this key in here. For God's sake, just do it already. No need to yell. Alright. You think Fi would let you? Yeah, probably not. She won't even let us open the safe. Good. Looks like that worked. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 1, done. Hey, you pushed the button. Bite me, you were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. You found it. Fi and I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Oh, a Connie! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit! There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was standing on the roof. Fi, what the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air.
Will's advice worked.
Yeah, damn. Yo, Bookmark, thank you for the host. Ugh. You know, for a split second, I was thinking, yo, we go back into the past to save her, and somehow we, like, manage to get killed. You know, go out as a hero, but die in the end. Thank you, Bookmark. I missed everything. I know we're saving her. You didn't really miss much. We finished that one puzzle room that was all white, and then there was a hologram, and Akane's hologram appeared, and she's like, oh, explaining how she's basically saying a bunch of stuff that we've spoke of before, but it was like never confirmed. The whole multiple dimensions and how you can send like your consciousness into the past and the future and change things, and she's like, oh well, I'll see you, like I'll tell you the rest of the story when I see you again. And then yeah, and then we're just like, the people were all talking in the infirmary, and they're like, well, what if we can actually like go back further than, you know, before? And then it said to be continued, and a new section appeared that's like even prior to the beginning of the game. So that's where we're at right now. What the?
He's fine. Just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. Akane! I looked up.
So you came.
God, she looks like a ghost. What happened to you, Akane?
I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet.
I know. She straight up looks like a ghoul.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I very much appreciate you saving me.
That... What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
And what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered.
Don't be rude. She's a lovely woman. I know, I'm just messing. She is just tired of dealing with this bull. Yeah, I mean, if I were her, I'd look like a zombie too. I mean, not that she looks like a zombie or anything. Like, she looks like a ghoul.
Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I?
So in both games, there is this concept of bringing the like power out of people, which reminds me of I can't quite think of it right now. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I don't know if it's like a show or a movie where I can't remember where it's from, but there's a person who's like the protagonist, and they have this ability deep within them, and it won't appear until someone that they care for is like in danger or is in pain or is hurt or something. Trying to remember. I was gonna like give an example, but I can't think of it right now.
The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least.
You think if we all got caught up in a real study like this, do you think some of us would function like this eventually? I don't know. That's a good question. I think what I was just mentioning, the whole bringing something within you, I mean, it might not be, you know, telekinesis or some sort of a superpower, but absolutely, I think when you're put in situations where you don't really have a choice, you know, like when you're in like a fight or fright or whatever, I think that's what it's called, like a fight or flight situation, and you're kind of backed into a corner, that's when like your instincts kind of kick in, and things that you never thought like you could do, you know, like it's like a rush of adrenaline. You know how when you hear people that like when they're like trying to stop somebody from being attacked with like a knife, you like jump in, and that person who like jumps in to help somebody, sometimes they end up like getting stabbed a whole bunch of times, but they don't even, their adrenaline is rushing so much and their blood is flowing that they don't realize that they've been stabbed like a whole bunch of times until like way later. I mean, obviously they know they've been stabbed, but you kind of forget, because in that moment you're just like, your just instincts just kick in, and you don't really have that mindset like, oh, like I'm in danger. You're more like, I need to do this thing. Like that is your like primary focus. So something like that in essence, you know, I think that's possible. The whole theory of knowing, like, it was more apparent in the first game, but it's kind of in this too. The whole hearing information, and the more people know, the easier, or not easier, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it's possible for you to like process that information too, even though you never hear it. That, I think it could be possible, and maybe more on the grounds of when society progresses. So when society progresses as a whole, you kind of follow along. I don't really know how to explain that, but you learn through living amongst people who are knowledgeable in certain things. Like you unintentionally learn things, and I don't know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully it makes sense to an extent. That was a really long-winded answer, but yeah, I think it is. I mean, that's why they do experiments overall, right? Because they want to see, even though on the surface it doesn't seem like it would be possible to accomplish something, I think sometimes you really need to get data to see if that's either true or false. But yep.
In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases.
See, that's what I was saying. That's what we were saying.
Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole time travel thing.
The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small.
I do think of, not to get too deep into this conversation, but I do think of what happens when, like, we pass away or we die. It's like, does everything just go black? Or do we become someone else in the same world? Or do we become something else, you know? Like maybe when you die, like you become something else that is not even related to the world that you lived in previously. So like the universe or Earth and, like planets and people and whatever, person, place, or thing, like all that is entirely different. It's like, it's not that anymore. It's like something else. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But I know, like, that, I mean, there's a lot to talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, that in essence is related to religion and all that. But this is like, I say it in the sense like beyond that stuff, like no one knows. At the end of the day, no one knows anything. It doesn't matter what you believe in, right? Because no one can come back and be like, oh, you know what, guys? This is what actually happens. No one can do that. So who knows? Maybe when you die and then there's no such thing as a human. There's no such thing as whatever, butterflies and air and earth and, what if everything we know ends up being something else? Like we're just like in an entirely different place. It's kind of interesting to think about. The next person was a Hongo fanatic kidnaps us, and we end up in an Nonary game or an AB game. You're just saying this. But yeah, I mean, think about that kind of stuff sometimes.
In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from a slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the 4-dimensional one.
Okay.
From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected.
I mean, I remember that conversation, but I thought that was just more of a plan. Like, eventually everyone gets infected. I didn't know we're actually infected already.
Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time.
Like, yo, Ace.
Even that, however, wasn't enough.
Good, man, good. Was good.
You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality.
How's the game going? We are nearing the end. So pretty good. Pretty good so far.
That was
It's been
the
a long
reason
journey.
you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything.
You know, I was gonna say this at the end of the game, but you know, just to kind of like touch base on it. Like, I know we've been playing this game for a really long time now, and you know, I play a variety of games. This is, for the most part, the first time besides 999, this is like the first time I've played a game like this for this long. And for a lot of you, like, I know it may like not be your cup of tea. It might be somewhat interesting, but it's not like super interesting, or you know, we all have different interests. But I still appreciate you guys popping in every day, and whether or not you enjoy it, you know, like, you still pop in and say what's up and hang out, or you know, for either a long time or a short period, it doesn't matter. But just want to say appreciate it.
That is why we made you play the AB game.
You've been playing this game for yeah I know.
That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
You know what I realized when she said chromatic doors? She actually sounded like the announcement voice. I get it. Are you sure? I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've just told me makes sense. I guess we just like you that much. No one likes me. Everyone's here for the amazing gameplay. The pro gamer gameplay. You did all of this so that Fi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact.
Yes.
I thought she was the voice. She was the voice. Well, technically we've never really heard her speak until recently. But I just kind of put two and two together when she said chromatic doors, because you hear that phrase a lot through the speaker system or whatever you want to call it. And it definitely made me think that she was the one. that's been it's either a recording or it was her. I mean, it's under recording, obviously. But why did you need us to do that? Maybe it is her. I think it sounds like her. People have died for this. I'm here for the gameplay and the people. It's a package deal. Thanks, man. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter, explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Fi. So have you. Yeah, damn. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jump through time? Or through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
What happened to you, Akane? You used to be so nice. I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that is worth all this?
Ah. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
The next game? Bullshit! That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
But what?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Lagomorph.
You think you can use those Harry Potter spells on me?
Yes.
Lagomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Lagomorph.
You want to know who his ancestor is? Alexa.
Lagomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future.
Dude, I could just do this. See, look at that. You think you have the power? We have the power.
Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
Whoa, look at that sexy ankle. What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
Oh, I love egos.
It's Latin.
Oh, that's the tombstone, right? There's like I think there's a keyhole on there.
It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
Sexy ankle, I know.
Now hurry.
Wah. To be continued. It's a lot of saving, man. Can we beat it before 60 hours? Oh, damn. Here we go. More of a husbando Sigma. Yeah, we like never see him.
Oh, looks like you're awake.
Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I remember all right.
What a timeline. I know, like... I remember the first time I saw this after playing the first game. I was like, holy shit, this is... Like, it was just like overwhelming compared to the first game. And it's not just by appearance, like it's definitely a lot more to process.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Quark!
What am I? Chopped liver?
Loaded Alice!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem. All in a day's work. Although I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action. Whoa, damn, dude, he still remembers.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for Alice.
Not really my point.
Oh, whatever. Forget about that.
I mean, she kind of already wearing a swimsuit.
Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
I mean, but it's okay. I mean, she's from Bedrock, so I understand. Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP?
What, you think you're better than me, Fi, huh?
That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours.
Is that the same Clover as last game? Yes, it is. Good observation. It is. As far as we know, it's the same person.
We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times? Thank God, but I don't want to do no more puzzles.
Yes. Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally. And now all of us have enough to leave.
Let's go! I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? I bet you we were the ones that messed the game up. If we didn't exist, probably all that crap that happened probably would have never happened. They probably just like would have escaped altogether. Either that or all died. Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio and Phi, and Phi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Dio would have messed with everyone. Yeah, that's why I was like, maybe everyone would have died because of him. Which I had to admit would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's open the door and get out of here!
I'll get ice cream.
Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Whoa! Alice was the only holdout. She'd complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio, then she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
GG Dio, he did. I mean, he kind of deserves it, but I mean, he snuck in here to begin with. He can be in here if he wants to be.
Oh my god, we're leaving.
Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Yo, but what about the key? Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. The 9's not actually a 9. The 9 is a G for GG. We did it.
You found it.
The number 9, it will read.
All right, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
1, 0. The number 9.
All of our answers, everything we've worked up to.
The number 9. This end. Thank you. As the game is over.
It's like a Resident Evil elevator. "60 years? We're gonna finally have some answers. Tell me everything." Watch side to be continued. We'll play the third game. I actually don't know if I'm gonna play the third game immediately. I'm considering it only because it's supposed to be significantly shorter than this game. Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
I mean, I feel like we're on a roll. Might as well just like play them all. Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. What if it was a trap and the elevator just smashed you into the ceiling? That would have been very anticlimactic. It's like, here, 60 years of playing. Now you dead. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside.
Let's go outside.
There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes waiting for the process to finish. Alice needs to put a shirt on. I mean, now she has a freaking suit. So she good. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. Oh my god, here we go. We on the moon? Or something. The dead bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished. See, this, I still don't. Like, the only time that we saw this was it was in Dio's ending when we escaped, but like, we don't know. Boobs McGee, aka Lotus.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So we're on Earth. We're not on Mars. We're in the desert. It doesn't look like a freaking desert.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
It's crazy. It's like, oh my god, 2028, that's so far away. That's like in 8 years.
Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen. And the stars, the sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I remembered it being. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. It's supposed to be like a lunar eclipse. What's that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation.
Spilled the beans? So he didn't want to be Kevin. Kevin from The Office.
He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
What? No way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course.
We're on the moon?
This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No, you've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous.
Man, this part is so out there. Actually, when I first saw Dio's ending initially, I was like, what the hell?
Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse me? What?
please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Accelavir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
I really thought we were on Mars or something. That was my initial, like... Not really, it wasn't really a guess. It was just more like thinking out loud.
What symptoms?
Well,
But it's so weird. It's so like out there. Like the first game, sure. Some of the stuff that they talked about in the end, like, I mean, it wasn't real, but it felt like something that was logical. But this is more supernatural, you know? So it's like, it's out there, but I mean, I get it.
Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected.
There was, I think it was today or the other day, I was thinking of, I don't know if it was a movie or a TV show, but from like the first movie to like the third movie, like the scale of everything kind of expands. So for example, it's like the first movie is like takes place in a city, then the second movie takes place in a state, and then the third movie takes place in the country. Well, this is like the equivalent of the 10th movie. You're like in space somewhere.
In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed.
So it's like, even though the first one was kind of out there too, like the scale wasn't as crazy. But then this game is like, they just like exponentially increase the scale. Like now it's like Earth being wiped out and there's a disease, it killed everybody. And it's like, it's kind of crazy.
If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed.
What you trying to
As you
say? I'm
said
dumb?
before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration.
The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Oh, okay.
Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a little technical.
No, I get it. So it looks like to us it's falling at the same rate it would, but it's not actually. I don't know.
Let me give you an example.
Probably not.
Say you drop an apple from a matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant.
Physics.
You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same.
You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters, it would be the same.
Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth.
I learned all my science from this channel. Nice. You know, amazing gameplay and education.
That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2.
I learned all my science from this channel.
But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything?
I mean, you know, I've watched Dragon Ball Z. I know what happens when Goku goes into the you know, the whatever the hell the thing is called, like the hyperbolic time chamber or whatever. Which I know. See, that's where I take my whole you know, 100 times gravity and all that stuff information from. So this is like a different ballpark. So I kind of know the mechanics. I just don't know the calculations.
Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine.
I mean, I didn't chalk that up to gravity or anything.
I'm sort of floating. Like that.
This makes sense though, because you have to consider the law of physics separate from another world versus Earth. Yeah, true. It's like the perception. You can't really compare because you're in like a completely different area. I guess would be a very basic way to say it. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. Yeah, this is what I was thinking in my head just now. That's why she could jump high. But when I was thinking of that, it didn't make sense because the gravity in the Nonary game, I thought it was like balanced by the machine or something.
Wait, this is crazy.
This is crazy. I just met you. Here's my number.
That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth and it's blue and green and beautiful.
I've seen photos. Okay. It's like she's never been to Earth.
That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
Uh-oh.
Today is January 27th.
29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
Then just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Alright. That's not as close to 2020. Just saying. And the thing that... Okay, so I was thinking about this, but I didn't say it out loud. When Akane said to Tenmyoji how he sent his, like, whatever, saved her, like, 50 years prior. 50 years prior, and I was like, what the hell? That means that's implying that if it's 2028 and it was 50 years prior, that would imply that Akane and Akane's, like, timeline, when she's a little girl, she's like, she was born in like 1960 something, which I don't know, it's kind of weird to me because it didn't seem like they lived that far into the past. 2074, I'm gonna be I'll be dead by then. No more streams, guys. 2074. No, that's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago. God damn. Stature of limitation is over. We're gonna be old like Tenbyoji if we get caught up in an AB game. Tenbyoji and Akane were both born in 2006-ish. See, that's why the 2028 and 50 years back made no sense to me, because that would, yeah, like I said, that would mean Akane and Junpei, or if Junpei is Tenbyoji, they were freaking born in like the 60s or something, or 70s. You'll be alive in gaming in 74. God damn. Maybe technology, you know, technology's going up. Maybe I'll get some like robotic arms too, and maybe I'll be a robot. I'll be just like Luna. Then you guys will like me more.
I don't blame you if you don't believe
I mean, you guys will like me at all. You guys will like me some.
But it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard.
You guys ain't here for me. You're here for the amazing professional pro gamer gameplay. And what the hell did I say earlier? The science. There we go. The science.
Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074.
Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074.
Solar eclipses are easy to predict.
Okay, dude.
We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time.
Yo, so if they were born in 2006-ish, let's just say if they were born in 2006, that means Tenbyoji is like freaking 60-something. God damn. Old as hell. I thought he was 100 though. So, I mean, it's a little bit better.
That's just science. Nobody can change that.
4 years. I know, man. Almost, you know, you've followed almost for, I've known you for like almost half a decade.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world.
But 45 years ago, on April 13, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. Okay.
The 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
But what? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
At least I'm not a peasant. You've never been a peasant. Q. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up.
It's dark.
Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground.
One sec, guys. What the hell is this? All right. Someone left me a voicemail. It's like, who is this? They call me twice. I listen. It's like como mío? Estela something? I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure this is not for me.
Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I
Yikes.
don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6?
Okay, so I don't understand the whole why do you mention the whole like bomb things going off? Like, I understand how Radical 6 came to be. They were in the desert, right? They were gonna do a mission to Mars or something, and then there was an accident, and then Radical 6 got out. But how did it originate from there is the question. I don't know.
The answer, they decided, was
Hold on, let me look at the log real quick. Let me reread that point. Dude, I don't have a lot of time, but we gotta know what happened. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. There was an accident. The point is Radical 6 claimed its first victims there and then escaped. So, like, how did it even originate there? Maybe this is actually us? No, but then we're in 2074 or something. Okay, and the bomb part is... Why is the Earth red? 45 years ago, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. 18 annihilation reactors. So what is the explanation of that? Like, what the hell is an annihilation reactor, and why the hell is it a thing? The answer they decided was purification.
They could just roast the surface of the Earth, and that'd kill the virus off for good.
There is a third game, you know. I mean, I know that, but I mean, I'm not thinking in that context, you know. I'm like, he's explaining things, but it's not really an explanation.
On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors.
Okay, well, he's kind of explaining it now.
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened.
Okay, so it's a rumor.
I've got my own theories.
It's like, he's not explaining it. Oh, never mind, he's explaining it now. Well, actually, no, it's kind of a rumor.
I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate "if I die, you're coming with me" gesture, I suppose.
What the hell, man? You try to do like a Thanos, man.
I bet you money they'd all lost it long
Try to do
before
the
they got
snap.
the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened.
Wasn't the annihilation reactor explained in the reactor room? It was explained in the context of us being in the Nonary game, but not necessarily in the context of what happened to Earth and stuff like that. But I guess, in a way, it's almost as if we are like lab rats in a simulation, and that simulation is an example of what happened or something. Yeah, it was big nuke bombs. Rumor was about the motivations of the bombers, not whether it happened or not. They claimed it was for purification. Timioji says it's horseshit, and they had Radical 6.
You ever heard of nuclear winter? basically what we got. The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Damn, dude, that's like the dinosaurs.
Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
I was speechless. What could I possibly say? Imagine you're just like this punk ass kid doing your freaking homework on Christmas Eve, and then you go in your car, someone shoots you in the dick, you're captured for freaking 45 years, you wake up as a freaking hamster in like some experiment, you come out, you're on the moon, and you've been told that Earth has been obliterated by like a nuclear apocalypse and everybody is dead. It's like, what the I don't know, man. It's crazy. There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon looking at the Earth. It was 2074, but why? Why were we there? Why were we then? Where were we then? Is that what it said? Where were we then? Also lost in thought, I barely noticed Vi's approach.
Hey, Sigma.
What's up?
I think I figured something out.
Really? A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. Oh, she's using that. She's using the MMO version. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
In the Memento Mori stuff? Ninth Lion? An extra E. Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
What's an Anna say this time? What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma. Knock it off.
I want to meet Anna.
Memento Mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get... The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
What? Okay, I'll just take her word for it.
See? You need 6 E's to get that.
You know what? You can make a lot of freaking words with all those letters, okay?
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane.
What about food though? There's a food storage room inside of the Nonary game. I saw someone very nearly guess this once. Actually, one person. They guessed. Okay. The Wikipedia open. I'm just playing. We're just trying to keep a good mood going, and geez, she is really good at these. I know, right? She has Wikipedia inside of her helmet.
Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
They said Moon Man or something instead of Man on the Moon. Didn't get the whole thing. He's not a cheating person. The child was like, I think. I mean, I'm you know, like I feel like in a different timeline, if I really had focused on what the wall had said, I might have been able to guess it. But It's okay. I'm okay with not knowing.
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
But wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tenmyoji was talking about?
I think so.
That doesn't make sense though. I mean, we came from that same time period before actually. So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea.
I'll never get what the fucking wall said. He just got lucky.
On, think.
I just never really thought about it, to be honest. I think at a certain point, my mentality was just to kind of reveal things and then on the way, just put out theories on who I think is who, how it's attached to the previous game, what are they doing, but not necessarily like trying to interpret like what clues mean and things like that. I mean, to an extent, but not everything, essentially.
Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
The grave! The one in the garden.
Well, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
We're going back. We going, back. We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all of this. What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
'Cause I am the real sick.
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please. I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
Akane. He's obsessed.
I'm going to then.
One sec, dudes. The third wheel, exactly. He's like, oh, I want to join. I just want to listen in on the conversation. But yeah, guys, I actually got to go in a couple minutes. So, yup, we did not finish today. Unless this game is going to end in like the next 2 minutes. I don't think so. So tomorrow, we will probably see the conclusion of the game. And then, if we have time, we'll probably play something else. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know yet.
So am I. Hey, is this Akane
Rip
you're
the
talking
finish.
about?
I mean, we've already played for 24 days. One day is not going to hurt. But, you know, it's always wishful thinking. Like you want to hope for the best. Not really disappointed or anything. I mean,
Yeah.
only in the fact that it would have been nice to see it all, but it's like based on our previous experiences as far as this game goes, it's not too good to like think far ahead because usually you don't make it to that point,
You know her real well.
or at least we don't.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Arg, shut up. Just shut up. Come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. But then we headed back through the airlock. do we go back? I thought it can't open again. How are they going back? This is defying all logic.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course.
Okay, now they're like answering the question we just had.
But the door on floor B...
What else is new?
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yo, so does that mean the door, if we go to warehouse B, would that door actually open if someone had escaped? So all those times that we had game over, someone could have actually opened it from the outside. But everybody was selfish and they didn't give a shit. Yeah, the grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive, just in the grave. Anyway, let's move to the garden. Move out. Move out. Being garden. The Nonary game ends up upon opening it, so people can't get 9 points anymore. Yo, what up, Max? It ends upon opening, so people can't get 9 points anymore. True, but I mean, from the people that actually went through the door, wouldn't have the...
Is Akane really under here?
Shouldn't they have been able to go to the second floor and open the door from the other side? But like no one ever did. I wish there was another, like I don't want to say DLC because I ain't a fan of DLCs, but at least something that can be another portion of the game, like overtime or something that shows what people did once they escaped. Like that would be cool, right? Because you go out there and you're in a desert or whatever, or you're on the moon. Like what the hell what did they do besides you getting game over? Is what other people can't escape since they'd fucking die. That's true. That's true. I mean, would it though? Like if they went through the door on the second floor, I guess it would. Maybe there's like let's just assume there's a sensor that once you get through that door, it's like, yo, you ain't 9. It's like, you ain't a number 9. And then it just injects you with the stuff. Probably. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and save it here. I feel like this is a pretty good spot. I mean, regardless, we're not going to be able to finish it today. So I think this is a good place to end. 59 years, 34 months, and 28 days played. I don't, dude, we're not going to be under 60, but it's okay. It is okay, but we shall see the conclusion of the game. Watch it. It doesn't even end tomorrow. Watch it doesn't end. The only reason it wouldn't end tomorrow is if something happened and I wouldn't be able to stream. But I mean, of course, there's always a chance for that, but that would probably be the only reason, because I feel like we're on like the tippy end of the game. Like everything's about to be answered once you put the key in this grave. So we shall see that tomorrow. So yeah, we'll do that then. But thank you guys very much for watching, lurking, and listening today. 2 hours and 30 minute stream. Pretty solid. It's like, it would have been nice to finish today, like actually finish, but it's like, this is like a good spot, right? Like tomorrow we'll have like a fresh start in the conclusion, so we won't feel rushed or anything. And hopefully we see the rest of it tomorrow. And then if we do actually have time, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been kind of playing it out in my mind whether or not we were just going to immediately play the next game or maybe take a break and, you know, like try something else or play a new playthrough. I have no idea. But, I mean, most of you guys know me. I mean, most of you that do know me know that usually we kind of do things on a whim. I mean, we usually wing it. Not really the planning type per se. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends on nothing. It just, we'll see. That's basically it. But yeah, thank you guys again. Thanks for kicking it in the chat. Thanks for hanging out like always. Let me read the rest of the chat. It's gonna be a good spot next time you will finish. It's good to know. If they're lucky, they can find out they can take off the bracelets with aluminum foil. Right. I forgot about that. Too bad. There's no more aluminum foil. It's all gone. Actually, I don't even know if they use aluminum foil in this ending or this timeline, but yep, I'm hyped for your next game choice. I don't know yet. We can talk about it too. I mean, if we have time. So we'll see. We shall see. But thanks again. Like I said, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all of the hosts today. DCat, Evil Mr. Hyde, Latency Lounge, Bookmark, Real Color Mist, Chains, Tiago, Zcats, Wobletron, Crimsonish, Surcharge, Zoid, 80 Ammo Gaming, Amai Fox, Weird Game Studios, Jans or Death, Quan Specs, OG, Ragshaw, Grammaton, Dryas, Sammy the Berber, and everybody else that hosted throughout the stream. Thank you very much. I shall see you guys tomorrow. Thank you to everybody that stopped by today and everyone that stuck around to the end. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good evening. And as usual, I will let you guys know on Twitter and Discord when we go live. If I know ahead of time, I'll usually post a heads up on like Discord. I don't really post like a whole lot on Twitter lately, but I didn't want to make it a habit where I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna be late or some BS, because that's usually happens a lot. I didn't want the Twitter to be spammy, but I'll usually post it on Discord if I know ahead of time. But regardless, I'll tweet it out when we go live. But yup, other than that, take cares, have a good one. I shall see you guys soon. Take cares. Peace. Bye-bye.